All right, guys, welcome to the Friday night training. Every Friday night, 15, 20 minutes, and it's just get your groove on, learn a little bit more about network marketing and the tools we have going for us. So we only have a few people on the calls. This is the first one, and I just put out the message probably like an hour before, so this is what happens. But at the end of the day, it'll probably be a lot more as weeks go on. So tonight, it's Friday Night Madness, quick training. We're going to do it really in sporadic fashion, but hopefully you get what you want out of it. All right, so we're going to move on in this PowerPoint here. So can everyone see it? Give me a thumbs up there, Brendan. Can you see the PowerPoint? Awesome. Okay, so we're going to talk about tools and systems tonight, most important thing. So the whole point of tools and systems is first, tools help us stay organized, and then systems help us be completely automated. So instead of doing all the work, we want tools to do the work for us. So just when Henry Ford invented the production line, things got easier because he automated people's jobs. He had components take it over, and we live in the technological age, and we're internet marketers at the end of the day. Network, internet marketers, same sort of dissertation, same sort of thing. So what we want to do is we want systems to help us take the workload off. And the problem is back in the 90s, all these network marketers are doing these one-on-ones, driving around, sharing the comp plan at 3 in the morning. That's not time freedom. That's just a load of junk. At the end of the day, that's not repeatable. Most people don't want to do that. So we have to give them some systems and tools in place to give them time freedom. That's why we do this, and everyone preaches it, but very few people actually have the lifestyle to get time freedom. But with both these things, the right tools and the right systems, you can actually achieve this. So you can spend the majority of your day doing what you want and very little of your day doing what you have to do. So instead of 8 hours a day, you go and do a job, you can work 2 hours a day and just work hard from home. So as I said, most successful network marketers of the past were doing 60 hours a week to be successful. That's not sustainable, and it's not duplicatable. And that's been a big problem in the industry, and so why so many people have failed, because they can hardly get to their job 40 hours a week, let alone put something else in. So some of the tools that we have, number one and the most important tool is our CRM, which is Customer Relationship Management Tool. This tracks who we meet. We put their names, their numbers in there, what we talked about, what exposures they've had, all these things. And then we actually set another appointment to follow up, because in network marketing, it's all about the follow-up. If you're not following up, you're not winning. You can prospect 10 million people, but if you don't follow up, you will get no sales. Follow-up is everything. Now, the CRM that I personally use, I'm going to go over on the next page and why. I'm just going to walk you through these tools. Next is an autoresponder. If you have an email or lead pages or anything and people are slapping their information in there, you want like maybe a 7-stage auto responder, letting them get your mail feed for the next week, so you can prime them to give them a call for that follow-up and close the sale, because they've understood your entire opportunity, and you can even send out things to combat their objections along the way. So what we're doing is we're coming out with a tool at GPM. Balazs, Shane, and I are working on it right now. It's going to be launched mid-July, end of July. And you're going to have that chance to use that. It's already live. It's gpmpro.com. And you can check out what we're doing right now for lead pages. Soon it will be a fully integrated CRM. And then it will have those campaigns that are automatically released, but specifically for Kangen. It's going to be just the overall tool, which eliminates 90% of your need for follow-ups. Really, really awesome thing to do. So that autoresponder is going to kind of be built in. Right now, there's lots out there. You can build one into your email even. So the next is lead pages. As I said, gpmpro.com. If you haven't seen it, go check it out right away. You can sign up for free for like 30 days. Go check it out, or 7-day trial or something, whatever it is. Go look at it so you can see it at least. You don't have to sign up for it. It's normally like $30 a month. The new version that's coming out, which is going to be the one with all the tools and the CRM, all inclusive, it's going to be like $70 a month. But you get what you give in this business. And honestly, if you're managing like thousands of prospects like I am, you need a CRM. You need lead pages. You need automation, because you go nuts otherwise. I don't want to spend 20 hours of my day following up. I want to spend maybe an hour. That's just the way it is. So the next one I want to talk about is Fiverr.com. Fiverr.com is where you can pay $5 to get almost anything done, from video development for lead pages to automated desktop personal assistants to driving web traffic to getting leads. you name it, go on Fiverr, research it, SEO, anything you want, you can get done there, and it's cheap. So you can spend like $5 to $50 and get what you're looking for. It's much more efficient than using like Facebook advertising, which can get very expensive if you don't know how to target it. You can even hire someone for like $10 off Fiverr, like 15 or $5 even, to go in and do your Facebook marketing and set it up correctly and build an ad that will be efficient to drive traffic to your lead page. That's crazy to me, and it's so cheap. So really, to be successful in this business, you got to invest a little bit, but in the end, you're going to get a lot out. That's what the efficiency of exposures are on the internet. For example, my last Facebook ad went out, and over like 25,000 people saw this ad. Now, did I get huge amount of click-throughs? No, about 250. But then that actually generated 10 really solid leads for me. People I get follow up, and I get to meet, and I get to talk to, and get to see. Now, you may think 25,000 to 10 leads, that's nothing, but you know that 25,000 exposures only cost me $10. And if I'm paying $1 per good lead, that's huge, right? That's huge. And I'm only paying like 10 cents a click because I got a professional set it up for me. So when you look at your Facebook ad campaigns, it's a big thing. And Fiverr can really help you revolutionize that and help people manage your LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. They can manage all that. They can even do blogs for you for $5 a day to push traffic. These are big things that if you're a network marketer, you don't have a blog, you don't have these things, it's time to like do some research and get in there and start pressing forward and drawing organic leads to your business, okay? The next thing is read The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. It's all about systems and tools and utilizing things and utilizing other people that make less money than you to hire them to do your work just like an employee, because your time is valuable. And if you make your time very valuable, you can have a lot of employees working for you towards your goals. And your goals are what's important in network marketing. It's not about everybody else. It's about you. You entered it to get you better, to do better for you. In the essence, everyone gets in it, and then they're like working for other people. They're like, it's all about everybody else. But at the end, it's your goal set. Why did you get in here? Why did you get involved? So have people work for you. Timothy Ferriss lays that out really nicely, turns your 40-hour work week into 4 hours. It works. He's hands down the best author for this kind of stuff. So the next is get your website for sales, EWS. I know it's actually not the best system in the world. I don't really like it, but at the end of the day, when I plug in a couple sales from the US, they can just plug in their credit card, their name, and I don't have to do any order forms. It takes the pressure off. And even if I do one sale a year from the US, that pays completely for the system by far. Like I think the annual cost is $300 American per year. I do one sale, I make $2,720 like that. So who cares about the cost? So get your EWS up. The next one I order are some newspapers, which I don't have on hand right now, but they just have a nice little advertisement. I know Brandon on the call has some, and Yuri's seen them. You can pass them out. Like my wife goes door to door with water in her neighborhood. She gives a paper and gives some water. You know, it's very effective because people are like, oh, I get to read about it, get to try it. Some people think she's crazy, but she doesn't care about those people. You know, like crazy people thinking you're crazy happens every day. It's the 1 out of 10 people who really gravitate towards you that make you your money. So that's what you're kind of looking at for tools. If you want any of these resources, all you have to do is reach out to me. All of you have my contact info. If you don't, and you're watching this on YouTube, you have my channel. You can just type below the video, and I will reach out to you with this stuff. Okay, so the systems, what do we have? Like GPM Pro is this evolving system for us. It was released about a month ago, and it's to do all the lead generation and manage those leads. And we're going to build a fully customizable CRM into it. And on top of that, it's going to have a fully automated autoresponder taking care of those objections, as I explained. So this is going to take 90% of that follow-up and those objections that come out away from what we're doing, which is absolutely huge, right? So at the end of the day, we're really, really going to look at these tools, and we're going to utilize them to a max degree. I'm just getting a couple notes from a couple people, couple questions here. I'm trying to reset my settings. Okay, do you have the ability to reset the autoresponder if a person doesn't open up the email? This is all built into the back office, and the answer is yes, Yuri. It will be based on how they open emails, and they can be tracked through that autoresponder and through the tools. So that is something that Balaj and I and Shane have been working on, and you'll see that very soon and get the details. We all have a meeting with Brandon on July the 8th. It'll be just the five guys moving to the house that we discussed. So we can cover that then. At the end of the day, the CRM I currently use and have used throughout all my business experience almost is Salesforce.com. It is more of a bigger corporate tool. I wouldn't suggest it for your basic network marketer. It's for a person who's adept in customizing a CRM to themselves. There's a lot of back-end stuff to it. I have it down pat, but I will move away from it as soon as GPM Pro launches up and we have the CRM available there. So what I recognize and I want you guys to use right now is actually called Highrise. HighriseHQ.com is free up to 250 people, 250 contacts, and then it's $25 a month. So by the time GPM Pro launches, you can just port those 250 contacts in like a second, and you got Highrise Pro for a month for free. So at the end of the day, that's what I suggest. All in all, this GPM Pro will cost like $70 a month. My CRM is $40 a month, and right now GPM Pro is $30 a month. So it kind of just, it all balances out in the end. And trust me, tools are everything. Automation's everything. They only make one of you, and if you can get 9 times the efficiency out of you, buy the damn tools. Like, don't be a fool. Buy the tool. Like, that should be a slogan for this whole company. At the end of the day, we do have some internal stuff that most people don't look at, and I know because I don't get them from my group members. And the fact is that's foolish. The first being the GPM training is 4 hours long, 2 videos. One about mindset, first 2 hours. If you don't like it, you can kind of skip it, you know. The next 2 hours, though, is crucially important, where Balaj is going over a PowerPoint. And it's about the first, like 180 days, 360 days in the business, and how to launch from month 1 to month 12, and how to get you to 6A. And it's accompanied by a booklet done through our friends Eli DeFesh and their full production at GU. And we want you to fill out those GU booklets and get them to your 6A upline. Your 5A at least, okay? Because that's who can really support you and give you the lessons you need and actually get you in contact with higher people than them in case you're not conducive to their leadership style. A big thing you should be doing with our group is interviewing all the leaders, all the 6As, all the way up the chain, because you never know who you resonate more with, and if their style works for you, your business could all of a sudden explode by a few tricks they give you. You prospect the same way, you lead gen the same way, you close the same way, and all of a sudden your business blown up because you found a successful solution they've been using for years. So that's a good way to go. But honestly, get your teams, get yourself, finish the GPM training. It's 4 hours long. Suck it up, buttercup, and send me the GU booklets, or send your lead the GU booklets. All right? So the next is follow the method to success. Again, interview your upline. If you're not interviewing your upline, it's very foolish. So your upline is like, for example, for Brandon, who's on the call here, your uplines are Leo, Dylan, myself, Shane, Balaj, Dante, right? All the way up to the top to Cynthia Bergante, who's the very top of our company. Those are people that you need to get on a call with and you need to interview. You're all in the same group, so interview those uplines and use them. Now, there's a 5 exposure method to systems that you need to know. 5 exposures gives you an 85% chance of closing a sale, okay, if they stick around for those 5 exposures. Exposures are this. They've watched the videos, they've come to an event, they've had a 3-way call, they've been exposed to information, met with coffee, another time you talked, gave them more information. They've tried water, okay, but trying water is not like, oh, I tried it 6 times. No, they've done their 21-day water trial, their 14-day water trial. However you guys set it up, that's an exposure. Remember, the sales cycle process in Kangen is 2 to 4 weeks. If you don't close them in 4 weeks, either you're a bad salesman or they're not really interested. I've never had someone close like 6 months later unless it was a baby boomer generation. And listen, on our team, we don't have many 50 and 60-year-old people signing up. Why? Because they know everything about the world and they're hard to sell to. That's the end of the day, right? The only ones that have bought from me know my mom and saw my mom and my dad get way better. My mom with her colitis and my dad with his arthritis and tendonitis in his shoulders, and that they just dissipated with those things. And her friends just handed me their credit card and they're like, get me this, get me this, get me this. It was a ridiculous chain of events that occurred and made me a lot of money. But that's the grand expense of baby boomers on my team. They just don't happen. There's such a difficult sale for the least. So try to stay away from them as most as you can, because put your effort into younger people. You get longevity out of them. Again, they're going to produce more because they have more years of their life left. And they're usually more into listening to what you have to say because they don't have that, like, I'm better than you sort of, I've been on the planet longer existence. So guys, that's the training for today. Do we have any more questions? I'm going to pop up chat here and see what you guys got. So Jordan, I own the System GU DVD and book. So are you saying just watch Balazs's second video and take notes in the booklet is good enough to get them going? Yes, the second video is most important, Brandon. So definitely like watch the second video, do the booklet and get it to you, and then send it up to me as well so I can make sure they're making notes, because as you're a 5A, almost 6A, and I'm the above, I'd like to see it as well. So does that make sense, bro?
Yeah, Jordan, is the book free? Like it could be downloaded online?
The book is free on if you're part of GPM. So we have license for the book, and it's available on the Facebook. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay, because I own an actual copy that I bought at the GU event.
Yeah. So we have the downloadable version available on the GPM page. So it's available for all GPM, and that's Balazs's posting. So I think he's got a deal with Eli to make that happen for us.
Okay, I get it. Okay, so essentially his second part of the DVD is just like Eli's DVD. It's just
well, the second part of the training is way better. Balazs's training is so much superior to that. Honestly, that's the best damn training there is in our industry about how to get going in the first 120, 160 days, in truth, right?
okay.
So use it and get everyone to watch that second video. The first one's just sharing stories, why, motivation, all those things that people don't have it. But for motivated people, just give them the second video, give them to fill out the booklet, and get going. Pound those lists. Pound the first 40 strong people in their network and get them those 5 to 10 sales. Because honestly, you put that first 10 grand in somebody's pocket, it changes their life, man. You know that because you put your first 10 grand in your pocket in the first like month and a half.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Thanks, Jordan.
For sure, buddy. So Yuri says, have you targeted younger demographics in your ad campaigns? If so, how'd it go? Yes, Yuri. All I target is 24 to 35-year-olds. I don't go outside that bracket. So it's 24 to 35, and I usually target the demographic. I stay male and female because there's motivation in both sides, and I actually tag it along to people that I really like. So the leaders I gravitate towards, like, do they like Jim Rohn? Do they like Tony Robbins? Do they like these things? And it's very targeted. So when they're getting out to this audience of 250,000 people, it's targeted towards the leaders that I like, that I've learned from, and that they like. And then you can sort of get those exposures to those sort of people. Okay, guys, is that the last of the questions? Tanya, do you have any questions? Type them in if you do.
Jordan, I got a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to Kelowna next week, as you know, and there's so many baby boomers there. It's crazy. So obviously those 10 days, I want to make it worth it. So I'm living with a lady. She's really nice, and she's been housing me for the last 3 years. So if I am going to sell to an older demographic who knows it all, I guess you could say, how can I approach it? Can I say, like, you know what, like, I really care about you and I really look up to you, that kind of thing? Like like word it in a way where, like, hey, look, I'm looking out for you, and I discovered this thing and I really want your opinion.
You know what sells to older people? Pure confidence and belief, man. It's pure confidence and belief. Listen, this is the best thing since sliced bread. If you don't get this, you're messing with your health. And the fact is they're going to respond or they're not. And the fact is, you say, listen, try the water. If you feel it over the weekend, then come back and buy it. But if you don't, then it's snake oil. Don't buy it. And they try it for the weekend. They feel better immediately. You know how the water gets you, especially the first couple of days. And they try it for the weekend. They feel better. Bang, they come back. You just get their email, send the demo video, have them watch it, set up, and then give it also a phone number while they're there. Set up a follow-up meeting to come try jugs a few days in a row, and bang, you'll get your sale. The proof's in the pudding with their generation. The only way to sell the baby boomers is for them to actually see with their own eyes the results. Like in my mom and dad, their friends bought because they saw it. Okay? They saw it with their own eyes, and then they tried it. Those are the two things you have to give them, is seeing it and trying it. And if you need to use my mom as a resource, you give me a call, I'll give you her number. She will talk their ear off for 2 days, okay?
All right.
All right. Hope that answers the question. All right, guys. So that would be the end to the training tonight. If there's no more questions, then we'll call it out. But thanks for tuning in. And every Friday night at 7 o'clock till about 7:15, 7:20ish, we'll have this call, and we'll just touch on like one or two subjects, answer some questions, and then I'll post it to YouTube each week, and we'll go from there for now until 6-8 Global's up and going, which is probably, I don't know, 2 weeks from now, and then we'll have all that training, and you'll get all passwords for that to tune in and use it on there.
I think Yuri has a question.
Oh, he does. Does the autoresponder follow up indefinitely? No. The autoresponder will last 7 days, Yuri. If the person does not buy in 7 days after you sending them auto responses, you're wasting your time, right? So you follow up on the 7th day, you pound the last bit of question, and you get the sale. Hence, the follow-up is 90% done with that autoresponder in 7 days. We're trying to make the sales process 2 weeks or less. Why? Because people's attention spans are like bloody goldfishes nowadays. They got Netflix, they got everything going on in their life. Their head's blowing up because they got too much time to look at Facebook, and they don't know what way they're going. So you need to foundate that and pound it into a week, 2 weeks, close that sale, so they know that you're effective, efficient, and you got the tools to do so. You teach them about the automation. They can see their pathways to success, and then you win, right? You win that way. So I hope that answers that question.
Jordan, I got one more question.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
I've done a couple water trials where guys said they didn't feel a thing. Isn't that the weirdest thing? So, like, have you ever had that issue before?
Absolutely, man, because everybody responds differently, right? A lot of young guys, you have to say, like, if they're trying day-old water, a couple day-old water, they're not going to get that immediate go. And plus, if they're not drinking like 4 to 6 liters a day of guys of our size, like 180 to 280 or 180 to 200 pounds, they're not going to get that. You know, they're not going to feel it, especially because they don't have chronic pain or some injury. You know, so that does happen. But what you have to do is give them the challenge that, hey, you guys need to drink 4 to 6 liters a day over 2 weeks, and you got to cut out your beers, your pops, your sugars as much as possible, and then they will see the difference.
Got it. Okay. Thanks, thanks, Jordan.
No problem. All right, guys. Well, I think we got one more little chat bubble pop up here. No worries, Tanya. No worry about the static. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Guys, God bless. Thanks. Cheers.
See ya.
See ya, man.